Here it is. If you're taking notes, write this down. The price of love is time. The price of love is time. As I filter this message through my own lens, and I think about what are the things that hold me back from loving others in this way, 100%, 10 times out of 10, I'm in a hurry. From the moment my feet hit the floor in the morning till I lay my head down at night, I have a plan for my time. Now, I don't have it necessarily written that down, but my time is spent, right? I'm a full-time minister. I've got 4 kids. I'm a husband. I'm a friend. I'm a son. I'm a brother. There are lots of things that demand our time. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? The Bible tells us not to be lazy. We're to get things done. We're to accomplish it. But a couple weeks ago, I listened to a message. It was in our all-staff meeting from Pastor Craig Rochelle. He's a pastor of probably the largest church in our nation. He said this quote, and it's really stuck with me. And it's funny how the Holy Spirit just kind of weaves everything together. But he said, the best ministry, and church, don't tune that quote out, because we're all called to be ministers of the gospel. Regardless of what you do, where you go, who you are, we're all called as followers of Jesus to be ministers of the gospel. And he said the best ministry happens in the margins. He was talking about this in the greater context of living your life with margin. And he was talking about financial margin and mental margin and all these things. But the biggest one for me that stood out is time margin. I don't live my life with time margin. In fact, I focus everything around when I have to be here. I set what time I'm going to wake up and what time I'm going to do this and what time I'm going to do that. And most of the time, I'm either running on time, like right on time, or a few minutes behind, right? Anybody else out there, right? Some of you run 15 minutes behind everywhere you go. And listen, it's a learned behavior. It's part of what you do. And for me, it's not that I don't want to help others. It's not that I don't want to meet the needs of others. But without this margin for time in my life, guess what? I just don't see it. I miss it. I miss countless opportunities, I'm convinced, every single day, simply because I do not have the right mindset behind what the Lord has called me to do. So what are we going to do with this? How do we create margin in our life to love in this way? At the end of the day, for me, I think it really comes down to a mindset, right? Leaving space for the Holy Spirit to work in my life.